welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be making, I'm super excited because I've been to the grocery store like a million times since the summer and I have not been able to find any Anaheim Chiles like anywhere. So the other day I went to the store and I scored some Anaheims. So I'm making green chili with them today. And I'm really excited because it's one of my most favorite things to make, and it's actually the very first video that I made. And not that I'm like a professional or anything, but I definitely have gotten a lot better since then. So I'm remaking that video today. I'm using the same exact recipe, but hopefully the video quality is a little bit better and the instructions a little bit better. So if you guys like to see really easy and delicious recipes like this one, don't forget to subscribe and let me run upstairs. Let me show you guys how I make this green chili. Alright you guys, so for this recipe we're going to be using 2 pounds of pork stew meat. These spices are to season the pork and I'm going to list these in the description. 14 Anaheim chili peppers, 2 jalapeno chilies, 12 to 14 tomatillos, 1 medium-sized white onion, and 4 cloves of garlic. These are the spices for the chili itself and I will also include those in the description. 1.5 tablespoons of chicken bouillon, 1 can of diced tomatoes, and 1 bunch of cilantro. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is to roast our chilies. I like to do this under my broiler on a high setting. So you want to place the chilies on a sheet pan and be sure you keep your eye on them. Then I'm just going to peel these tomatillos. We are going to be roasting these as well, but they aren't going to take as long as the chilies. So I'm going to let the chilies go for a bit and then I'm going to pull them out and add the tomatillos. So you just want to peel the papery skin from the tomatillos, and they are very sticky, so you want to be sure to wash these really well when you're all done. So you can see the skin peels off really easily. And then I'm just going to throw them into my colander and rinse them off really well until they don't feel sticky anymore. I'm also going to rinse off the pork, and you want to rinse this until the slimy feeling goes away. Okay, so here's the chilies after about 7 minutes. You want to turn them every few minutes so that the skin browns evenly. And then I'm just adding the tomatillos and I'm going to throw those back in under the broiler. And then I'm just going to work on this garlic. Smashing the garlic with your knife will allow the peel to come off easily. So I'm going to just set those aside with the spices. And I'm chopping up some cilantro for the pork marinade. You are going to need about 2 tablespoons of fresh chopped cilantro for this. And then you want to pat the meat dry. Just make sure that it's as dry as you can get it. And then I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil to this and the seasonings, and you just want to crush the dried herbs in your fingers, and this will help to release the flavor. And then just throw that all into the pork with the chopped cilantro. Mix this up. I prefer to do this with my hands, but you could definitely do it with a spoon. And then we're just going to add the meat into the pan. You want to hear a sizzling sound when you're adding in the meat. You always want to add in meat when you're searing it, or even when you're just cooking it, to a nice hot pan. Okay, so now I'm pulling out the chilies again. You can see the tomatillos are also browning. I'm going to let them go a little bit longer, and I'm just going to get this onion ready. So I want to cut it into medium strips and then into a regular dice. And then we're going to begin adding everything into the crock pot. So I'm just getting the onion in. And I'm going to add the entire can of tomatoes with the juice. And then you can see here's the meat. Now I'm flipping it around and you can see there's a little brown crustiness on that. That's what you guys want to see. And the chilies and the tomatillos are finished, so I'm going to put all of the tomatillos in the blender and just set those aside to cool down. And then you want to add your chilies into a paper bag. You can use a Ziploc bag, any kind of bag you want, and you want to seal the bag so that they can steam. This is going to allow the skins to release easier, and it's going to help you to peel the chilies really easily. So let this sit for about 15 minutes. And then I'm just adding in the first round of pork into my crock pot. And then I'm going to add 2 of the garlic cloves into the blender, and I'm just going to chop the other 2. And all of my spices. And then after I dice this up, I'm just going to add this into the crock pot as well. Okay, so the meat is all done. I've got it all in the crock pot, and now I'm just going to deglaze the pan with about 2 cups of water. you want to go ahead and scrape the brown bits from the bottom of the pan. There is a lot of flavor left behind here, so you do not want to skip this step. And then you want to go ahead and add that into your crock pot as well. Okay, so now we can start peeling the chilies. So I'm just getting them out of the bag. And here's our first one. You can see how easily the skin just comes right off of these. So this is actually a super easy thing to do. I think it's one of those things that people are a little bit intimidated by, but it's very, very simple. So you want to just remove all of the seeds from those too. I'm going to add about 10 of the peeled chilies to the blender, as well as the jalapenos. And then I'm just throwing in the chicken bouillon and about 2 cups of water, and about 1/4 of the bunch of cilantro. Then you want to go ahead and blend this to your desired consistency. It can be chunky if you want it to, or you can make it very smooth. It's totally your preference. But just be sure that you are tasting everything as you go and that it has enough salt, and if it doesn't, go ahead and adjust that now. Then I'm just going to add this into our crock pot as well. And I'm adding about 1 cup of water into the blender just so I can get all of the remaining chili from the blender cup. And so I've added about 5 cups of water total. So with the remaining 4 chilies, I'm going to slice them into strips and then dice them. And I want to add these in, and I want them to just be kind of chunky. So that's why I reserved these to just make a different texture. And then you want to turn this on high and let it cook for about 1 hour. And then you want to turn it down to low and let it cook for another 4 to 5 hours. And then when it's all done, you just want to chop up the remaining cilantro and add that in just right before serving time. And there you go. It's all done and looking delicious. And I just served it with cheese, sour cream, avocado, and some fresh lime. All right, you guys, so that is it. That is the recipe. So you can see that it's pretty simple. It's, I'm sure you could make this on the stovetop, but I always make it in my crock pot just because that's just kind of the way that I've always done it. But you definitely make it on your stovetop, but it's so easy and convenient to just put it in the crock pot and just kind of let it go all day. This green chili is absolutely amazing. It's kind of this funny like joke about Colorado that, you know, everybody in Colorado like loves green chili and that we put it on everything, and that is not untrue, but it is absolutely delicious. And if you guys can't find Anaheim peppers, and I actually saw some today in the grocery store in the frozen section, probably near the veggies or something like that, they do sell frozen roasted green chilies. So if you guys want to make this and you can't find the fresh chilies, definitely check there before you use canned chilies, because that is going to make a big difference. So I'm just going to squeeze my lime in real quick. And I really like to put like a lot of toppings on my green chili, but you definitely don't have to. You can just eat it just as is, or you can use it as like, you know, to put over a burrito or like on a chimichanga or anything. You can make enchiladas with this. You could probably, I've always made it with pork, but you could probably even make it with chicken if you don't do the pork. But so I put, here comes my kitty. So I put Monterey Jack cheese, sour cream, some avocado, and then I put my lime juice on there. And normally I do have tortilla chips, but I didn't have any tortilla chips today, and I just didn't feel like making them, so I don't have any tortilla chips today. But okay, I'm gonna give it a taste. It is excellent. It's so good. And the pork, it just like falls apart in your mouth. It's so soft and so delicious. And I really like to take out, I get really bad heartburn if I eat like too spicy of things, and also my kids will not eat my food if I make it too spicy, and so I like to take out the seeds and the ribs in my jalapenos. But if you guys like it really spicy, just leave the seeds in and stuff. But this is actually, even with me taking out the seeds, it does have a nice little kick to it, but it's nothing that's going to be too bad for you guys. So it just kind of depends. Everybody's tastes are different. If you guys like really spicy, you definitely add serranos instead of jalapenos, or even a habanero if you wanted to. I've never made it that way because I always you know, have to feed my kids and stuff. So, but so good. So good. Green chili might be my favorite food. No, Mr. Boy. Mr. Boy always wants to get in everything. Hi, Mr. Boy. Don't you, Mr. Boy? He sees the camera and he just comes running. He is just wants to be famous, I think. All right, you guys. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, ring the notifications bell. I upload 4 times a week. And so I have lots and lots of really good recipes that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. Some things that are always really simple and easy and fast usually. And I hope you guys love this recipe and I hope you give it a try. And please let me know if you do. And share it with other people so that they can give it a try as well, because I'm telling you this is a super, super good recipe and I think that you guys are going to love it. And I will see you guys on my next video. Thank you for watching and much love.